Have you ever considered crafting your own wine? Whether you fancy reds, whites, or specialty wines, Fellini Fine Wines can help you create your own personal vintage. Dan Fellini, founder of Fellini Fine Wines, is with us today to share a taste of Fellini Wine's history. You're watching Daily Web TV. You may have seen winemaking shops around your neighborhoods, but if you've never stepped into one, stay with me today because we're with Fellini Fine Wines to find out exactly what they do. Dan, as the owner of Fellini Fine Wines, tell me what makes Fellini Fine Wines what it is and where it began.
We started in 1996 in Keswick. We have since grown to include 8 different locations around mostly Lake Simcoe. However, we do have a location out in Etobicoke as well. What makes us, I think, special is the group of people that we have working together to make what we do the best that we can.
So you started in '96 as an individual operator. How did you decide to expand and become a franchise?
Well, it was a couple of years after I had opened my location in Keswick that a customer approached me asking if we would help him open a location in Beaverton. It's been 10 years since John and Jerry have owned the Beaverton location, and we have since, of course, grown to 8 locations now around the Lake Simcoe area.
So why do you think that this has become so successful? I mean, this is something you just decided to start on your own, and it's growing and growing. That's a lot of growth since 1996.
Well, I think there's a number of reasons. First of all, the product itself that we use to produce the wines with, we have sourced what we think is the best product on the market today. And then further than that, I think it's the operators. It's the caring and the compassion to produce wine for a customer that they will be proud to serve to their guests and family. I think like any successful operation, we want to be able to produce what we would be proud to serve as our own product, whether it's ours or our customers or whoever it may be. When you take the product home, we're not with you. So the product has to stand on its own at that point.
Right, exactly. Now, here's the big thing. My automatic thought would be, this sounds like a lot of work for me to come in as a consumer and make my own wine. So how much time is involved? How difficult is this for me?
Many people have that misconception. It's very easy for the customer's point of view. It takes about 5 minutes on your first visit. About 5 weeks later, you come back, do the bottling process, which we show you. It's all ABC, 1, 2, 3. Maybe 30 minutes of your time then, you take it home and you're done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds pretty simple. I thought it required a whole lot more than that.
No.
Where do you expect to go with this? I noticed you have fine in your title, Fellini Fine Wines. I think typically people would expect that this is going to be sort of a cheap wine that you're going to get, but you do have fine, so why?
As the North American, population becomes more involved with wines, they're looking for less and less of the, $8 table wines. Looking more for that $15 to $20 range product that it's just better quality, better grapes, better juice, everything.
Right.
So what we are able to produce now is something that's very comparable to that $15, $20 range of product.
And are those all ranges of wine? Red, white?
Absolutely. Ice wines,
Cabernets,
ports.
Merlots,
Yeah.
Pinot Grigios, all those same types of ideas? And for half the cost, quarter
Even
of the
less,
cost?
in many cases less. Anywhere from $3.50 a bottle produced in our location to $5 to $6 a bottle.
Wow. So Dan, you've covered the cost benefits, but are there any other benefits to making your own wine?
Many other benefits. One of the main ones would be less additives in the wines, meaning sulfites, sorbates. Our wines are about 10% of what commercial wineries would add to their wines in terms of stabilizing, which is again sulfites, sorbates. One of the reasons for this is that they have to ship it, handle it, store it for longer periods of time than we do. So again, our product would be cleaner for you, cleaner for the environment, just better benefits that way. I think that the other big part is that you get that personal satisfaction that you've produced something on your own.
So Dan, thank you so much for being with me today. This is great information. And if somebody would like to make their own wine and find out how to go about that, how can they contact you?
One of the easiest ways would be to just look us up online at FelliniWines.com, or you can call any of our locations and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I look forward to hearing from you.
That sounds great. So, less cost, better for you. You make it yourself. That's Fellini Fine Wines. Check it out at FelliniWines.com. Keeping you informed, I'm Sheila Clark, and you've been watching Daily Web TV.